Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mediocre Reviews and Awesome Brews. I'm your host Tony. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you Brooklyn Brewery's Monster Ale. It's their barley wine. This is actually the 2009 vintage, and this was actually the very first barley wine that I ever had. And it's the exact same vintage, 2009, and this was the beer that turned me on to that particular style of beer, barley wines. Come to think of it, all of Brooklyn Brewery's big ABV beers turned me on to a particular style. Their black chocolate stout turned me on to imperial stouts. It is still to this day my favorite imperial stout and my all-time favorite beer. Their local one turned me on to golden Belgian style ales. Their local two turned me on to Belgian style dark ales. I don't think, because I prefer dark beers anyways, I really don't think there would have been much of a push to get me to enjoy a Belgian style dark ale anyway. But it's weird because I've not had the 2010 vintage yet of this Monster barley wine. I was actually looking for it when I got this, but I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and do a review on this because I haven't had this, and it's been probably a year since I've had a Monster. But hey, crack into it. Wow. Extremely dark orange with hints of brown in there. Well, I guess it's more of a mahogany with orange around the edges, I should have said. Nice off-white, almost tan head on it. Almost kind of looks like the head you would get on a stout. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get a nose on it, guys. Oh wow, I'm getting hints of oranges in there. There's definitely a malty sweetness. Almost kind of like a syrupy sweetness. And there's definitely sort of a vinous quality, sort of like, I'd say maybe like a sherry wine. I'm definitely getting a little bit of alcohol in the nose. This is, I can't remember, this comes in at 10.1% ABV, and I'm not sure the IBUs offhand, but this is more of an English style barley wine, so that it's not going to be as hop forward as American barley wines tend to be. American barley wines, even though they're great fresh, they get even better as they age. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get a taste on it, guys. Cheers. Oh, wow. Definitely get, it does taste very much like a wine, an actual wine. There's a nice malty sweetness to it. I'm still getting, after almost 2 years, I'm still getting a decent amount of alcohol on the palate, a little bit of warming. There's still a little bit of bitterness in there. I'm getting some fruity characteristics in there, like almost sort of like a pear type of flavor. Well, let me read the neck label. I completely forgot to do that. It says, Brooklyn Monster Ale is brewed in the traditional barley wine style. It is made from 3 mashes of the finest British malts and aged 4 months, achieving a burnished copper color and aroma of sherry, hops, and fruit, and a soft, warming, complex palate. I guess I was right with with the sherry on the nose that I smelled. Excellent after dinner with dessert or aged cheeses or the cigar, served in a palate, lightly chilled. It says, please visit us at the brewery Saturdays, noon to 6 p.m. Cool. And you can check them out at brooklynbrewery.com, of course. Well, I'm getting a lot more sort of a sweet orange aroma than what I am in the flavor palette. This has been sitting out. It is slightly chilled like the neck label states, but it's been sitting out for maybe 40 minutes. I really don't know how much this is going to develop, because I remember when I first tried it, it was about 2 years ago, and I'm sorry, it was a 2009 vintage, but it was summer of 2010 when I tried it, and it completely knocked my socks off back then. I was like, wow, what is this? You know, I have to have more. You know, what? It's only a 4-pack. Ah! So you know, so Jesse got one, Matt got one, I got one, then we split the fourth one. But we all really enjoyed it. But I think it really struck a chord with me, because I was like, oh, you know, I went out and got another 4-pack of it the next day, and I really started searching out other barley wines, and it's really difficult to find an English style barley wine, because most of the barley wines I can find, at least around me, are more American style. They're super hoppy, therefore they are more complex, in my opinion, than a sort of an English style barley wine. More complex than this. However, this is still extremely good. This, because it's more of an English style, to me this is more, the flavor profile is more of, say, an old ale, because that's essentially what it is. You know, they have English style strong ales, and then they started aging them, and that maturation process lended that particular style of that beer the name old ale. Okay, and then they started hopping it a little bit, putting more hops in it to help preserve it for longer periods, and even bumped up the ABV a little bit more, and that developed into a style all its own, which is barley wines. And then of course we got a hold of it over here in the States, and we started hopping the hell out of it. Really don't know why we do that. I understand the appeal. It's just and the aroma qualities that come from dry hopping and even throwing hops into the boil and aging it is absolutely phenomenal. It adds to the complexity of the nose, of course, but also as you're drinking and inhaling at the same time, that helps to add a nice complexity to the palate also. But hey, I mean, having compared this to other barley wines and everything, this is more like an old ale, what we would find here. So say like a Founder's Curmudgeon Old Ale. Even though this doesn't quite have that sweet molasses character that old Curmudgeon Old Ale has, it's got more of sort of an appley pear, kind of a fruity characteristic to it. And I'm sure it's not been aged quite as long as the Curmudgeon has. But overall, scale of 1 to 10, I would say this it's a 7, because I've got a lot more experience with barley wines now, and even though this is kind of a subcategory of barley wines, you know, you got your English style and your American style barley wines, still gets a 7 out of 10 because it still stands up. Still really, really good beer. Definitely holds its own. If you're used to American style barley wines, you may not enjoy it quite as much, because you're definitely gauging it more against American style barley wines, and you're looking for more of a hop profile than what this is going to deliver for you. And again, it's not nearly as complex as some of the barley wines you can get, American style barley wines you're able to get here. But hey guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Cheers. Thanks for watching.